Welcome to Radical Technologies Demos session. If you are interested in this demo, please contact us on details mentioned in the description given below. We will be arranging the best training for you.
DevOps have got a very large scale opening in the near future. There will be no requirement for system engineers and system administrators. It will be only DevOps, first thing. Second thing, yes, as far as the remuneration is concerned, DevOps is like on the second rank where the highest salaries are paid. I am myself is one of the examples of that. I'm not going to disclose how much I am drawing, but then yes, I know from where I started and right now where I am. So I've created this career guide on myself. Whatever I have done and I have been following, I teach the same thing to my candidates. So it's been 4 years teaching in Radical, and more than 35 people I have helped to get a job in DevOps, like changing their domain, sometimes the same domain, just upgrading their skill set and pushing them to a greater salary and greater designation. So doing a lot of things. So everything is okay. In DevOps, a very good market, very good scope, latest tools and technologies, and to be very honest, very simple. There is no rocket science. It's a very simple job. The only thing is you just need some dedication and time to understand this and do it. That's all. Okay, and you need a good instructor and new guide where he will assist you how to do it, when to do it, and complete the project, something like that. Okay, so I'll be the one throughout. Second foremost question is, yes, everyone belongs to IT industry, everyone is experienced, so everyone is welcome to DevOps. The prerequisite of that is something, so I'm going to take you through that, so don't worry about that. Anybody who is coming out of a different domain, they are also welcome. They can also do and become a DevOps engineer. The only thing is they have to dedicate a little more time into the studies, and that is the only way out they can survive and complete this DevOps course. So right now I'll stop this over here and we will learn and understand more about DevOps. Okay, so let me share my screen and so DevOps basically is a combination of development and operations that the name suggests. Okay, so this particular technology is used in creation of software and software based applications, which means software industry or wherever the software is used. Everywhere this particular technology can be used, no matter if that is a e-commerce site or a web hosting domain or a retail business or a healthcare business. Everywhere, wherever you find software application, there you will find DevOps. मतलब जिनको सॉफ्टवेयर एप्लीकेशन बनाना है नया या फिर बना रहे हैं वो लोग, उनको DevOps की जरूरत पड़ेगी. क्यों? Because of the things which I'm going to share in a few moments. Okay, so DevOps basically is a bridge between both the teams, development and operations. So he looks into the development part also, and he looks into the operations part also. So he's a bridge between both of them. He connects both of them and deliver the end product. So this DevOps engineer is a very sophisticated profile where he get a chance to mix with every domain: database, network, operations, support, monitoring, development, testing, everyone. Okay, no, we are not going to do everyone's job. We are not going to do everyone's job. There is our own work also. There's a work set, there's a workload defined for a DevOps engineer. So we will be doing that and we will be learning that as well in this class. Okay, so let me take you through that. So basically, wherever you find software application development and infrastructure provisioning and cloud and other things like APIs and HTML, CSS5 and all these big words what you see in the job description today, there you can fit your CV there. Okay, there you will 100% fit into their profile. Just need to apply and start giving interviews after the course. Now let's come to my profile. I have already spoken about me. Other than that, I started working with the data center like 9 years back, and I worked there on Linux, Windows, hypervisors like VMware, Zen, Citrix. I've configured switches as well at the data center. I learned Bash scripting, Python scripting, Then I did CCNA for networking. Later I started working with the DevOps tools and technologies and the cloud platforms like AWS and Google Cloud. So all this technology set I have been working on since of late. Okay, this is my profile and prerequisite. See, basic Linux and networking is a prerequisite of this course. So people who know Linux and networking, very good. People who do not know, don't worry, because not everyone can be aware of Linux and networking in their own domain. Not necessary. So we teach Linux and networking in the beginning, like 30 to 40% of Linux and networking I teach in the very beginning before we start DevOps. Like we take 2-3 sessions on this and we complete this part. Reason, this is the path which I have followed. Okay, so I teach my people this thing, that Linux is going to be everywhere. All the DevOps tools are built on Linux and they are deployed on Linux. So 99% of the DevOps tooling and engineering services works on Linux. And we all know that even the biggest servers of this entire globe, which is a mainframe computer, if that works on Linux, we do not have Windows in question whenever there is a question of a server. Okay, so we use Linux whenever there is a server is concerned. So Linux we need to know at least 30-40%. So I'll teach you how to install an operating system, how to start, reboot, then the other commands, network configurations, route switchings and routing in Linux, all these things. These things are important in DevOps, so you need to know this thing. And networking, of course, we are talking about cloud platform and we are talking about DevOps. So DevOps doesn't have one server, it has a combination of servers and a number of servers. So whenever there are a number of servers in one network, we need to understand networking. So for that matter also, we need to learn networking. So as I said, I will complete the prerequisite part also, Linux and networking, and after that we will be moving ahead. Well, we are going to learn cloud also in this, which is a complementary part from Radical, because without cloud knowledge, your DevOps would not suffice in the market. So we need to learn 20-30% of AWS cloud platform. So what we are going to do is we will create our own individual free accounts on AWS and we'll create different type of virtual machines like Linux and Windows. We will learn networking over there and we will learn all the things which are required to deploy the DevOps lifecycle on AWS cloud platform. So you guys can call yourself as DevOps on cloud profile. Okay, so once you complete this entire course, you will be well you will be well versed with the Linux, networking, AWS, and then DevOps. These four things. Four things will get added to your skill set. Okay. Now moving on to your DevOps architecture. So for DevOps, I think I will show you this page, which is more promising and more informative other than the presentation, which I personally do not believe in, learning on presentations. All right, so here is the architecture. Can you guys please make sure you're able to see my screen properly and this architecture as in specific?
Yeah, we can see it.
Right. Okay. So let's assume that we are in a software industry, no matter what kind of a software that is. It can be a Facebook application, Amazon.com or Flipkart.com. It can be a GoDaddy website, anything, any software application which appears to be on the browser or maybe on the Android app. Let's say LinkedIn.com. LinkedIn is also an application, it's a software. Okay, any kind of an industry. How is it created? So there's a team of developers who creates the code. Okay, before, what used to happen, there was no DevOps, it was Agile and Scrum and the older technologies. So there used to be a lot of turbulences between the developers and testing people, operations, support. So because of that, the delivery of the product used to be delayed for whatever time, XYZ time. But then there used to be a lot of challenges. The main thing is there were a lot of challenges because of the compatibility issues. This is the main thing. DevOps has overcome that. How? Because of the latest tools and technology. And which are the latest tools and technologies? Git, Jenkins, Ansible, Terraform, Docker and Kubernetes, and of course the cloud platform, the beloved cloud platform, because there is a huge difference which has come into market now. If you compare the thing past 10 years ago, we used to configure the physical servers in a data center like Linux and Windows, which used to take entire day. By the end of the day, we were actually able to ping google.com from the Linux or the Windows VM. This used to be the scenario. Whole day, 24 hours. Out of that, deduct your break times and everything, whatever it is. But then we consider it 24 hours. Now it's a matter of 2 minutes. We don't take more than 2 minutes to launch a new virtual machine or a server on any cloud platform: AWS, Google, Azure, Rackspace, DigitalOcean, Alibaba, any cloud platform. So this is that level of automation we are working on. Okay, so we should get used to this automation now, and that is what we are learning. We are learning DevOps, but DevOps is full of automation. Okay, so let's learn this with an example. Let's assume that we all are a group of team. Okay, we are a project, and there are 2 developers, 1 database administrator, 1 network, 1 support, 1 monitoring, 1 testing. Okay, all this is a team. The developer writes a code using his laptop, desktop, or workstation, and he will push the code to Git. This Git is a cloud repository which can be hosted on cloud also and on-premise server also. And this GitLab or GitHub, these are 2 different competitors where they provide you the hosted cloud repository. So the developer will push the code to this place. We will learn this tool entirely. Right now I'm just giving you the overview of that. And this has got multiple branches, so multiple developers or admins, DevOps engineers, testers, DB administrators, network engineers, or whoever is in the project, everyone will have access to this repository on their own branches. So this becomes a centralized platform for the source code. Got it? Then this is connected to Jenkins. This is an automation server. So whatever automation we want in this entire architecture will be mentioned here. And this is where your CI/CD gets completed. This is a CI tool, GitLab or GitHub or SVN or Bitbucket. CI tool. This is a CD tool, continuous deployment. Anyways, the deployment will be done on the infrastructure which we will create on cloud, that is Docker and Kubernetes. We'll create our Kubernetes clusters on cloud platform, which the underlying technology will be Docker, and the upper technology will be Kubernetes, is an orchestration tool. Okay, Ansible here will be responsible to configure your infrastructure wherever we want it, like Git, Nagios, or maybe Jenkins and Jenkins slave master slave node configuration. Okay, so all these things are interconnected to each other. Jenkins is responsible for the entire piece of an automation. Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, all these tools will get integrated with Jenkins so that we use that with Jenkins automation server. Okay, so basically Jenkins will do the automation part. Ansible will configure your infrastructure, like create VMs and do configurations within the software and operating system. Docker and Kubernetes are infra tools. Here we are going to create our infrastructure on these technologies and lay out the infrastructure with different type of environments: UAT, SIT, dev, and prod. Okay, so these are infra tools. Nagios is one of the monitoring tools. Okay, so while learning all these things, since we already started with AWS, Linux, networking, and this all DevOps tools, along with that, while learning Jenkins, you're going to explore Groovy. Groovy is a object-oriented programming language, because to create this automation, you need to write a code in a particular file that is known as a Jenkins file, and the code is written in domain-specific Groovy language and not the classic Groovy. So we are learning that domain-specific Groovy. Then you will learn Maven as a build tool, SonarQube as a static code analyzer, then Sonatype IQ as a code scanner for your dependencies and libraries. Okay, for testing, we will be using the local web server, Apache web server. Okay, and for testing, we are also using Docker and Kubernetes, where we'll use the web service on this platform. Okay, then how to create public and private DNS servers, how to use public and private keys within this architecture, how to use SSL certificate, and how to use the hashing passwords within this architecture. So there are a lot of things which we have not mentioned here, but because these are the part of this syllabus or the content, these are like, embedded and hidden things which we will explore while learning this entire course. Okay. So basically, all these things are going to be there. So we are starting from creating an account on AWS, then create Linux machine, Windows machine, learn networking end to end, and then start with DevOps. So in DevOps, we learn Git as a tool, Jenkins as a tool, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, and Nagios, and this innermost tools which are required to learn the other tools. And then finally, we will have an overview of Terraform, which is right now a tool which is used to provision the infrastructure, which means your entire infrastructure, wherever it is, like AWS, Google Cloud, it will lay out your infrastructure there. Okay. So we will have an overview of Terraform at the end. So these all things are going to be there on the DevOps syllabus. Any questions still here, guys?
So you will cover all the web servers and application deployments part in the DevOps role, right?
Yes.
Is it like now we are having multiple cloud providers, right? AWS, Google
Yes.
Cloud, and then Azure.
Yes.
So is it going to comply with all, like?
Yes. If
Okay.
you understand the working of cloud,
Yeah.
and how to work on few services on AWS, you can directly go to the other cloud provider, create your free accounts there, and start working there also. The concept will always remain the same.
Okay.
Only the namespaces, like virtual machine in Amazon Cloud Platform is known as EC2, Elastic Cloud Compute. In Google Cloud Platform, that is known as Compute Engine. So that you need to understand, and then things are going to be same.
Okay. So I had heard one more term, that is swarm. So
What is
a swarm, something like that. SWARM, something.
Docker Swarm?
Yeah. So yeah, right.
Yeah, but that is an outdated technology. We do not use Docker Swarm now. We use Kubernetes in place of that.
Okay. Mhm.
Any other questions, guys?
Also,
So
when we end of the course, like what will be the opportunities for us for job? Like it will be specific to AWS or
All in one, my friend. They
okay.
will ask you, have you worked on AWS? You should say yes.
Mhm.
They will ask you, have you worked on DevOps? You should say yes. Now, how to frame this, I'll tell you. See, there is a process. So I'll tell you the process first.
Okay.
You guys will see the moment we join the class, like for example, next Saturday. So I will teach you things in practical. The videos are going to be recorded. You will just look at the screen with me and understand the things. Later you will practice. So video recordings will be given to you for practice. You will practice everything in the weekdays. On the weekend we will learn new things, and this is how we will complete the syllabus. So whatever I am going to do every day, like Saturday and Sunday, that is actually a real-time project. Okay, so that is your own project. You will have to start working on that. By the end of this course, you complete everything, so which means you actually complete the entire project. Okay, then the final assessment will be given to you, which means whatever we have done till now, you will be doing that from scratch. Which means if you have done that earlier, you'll delete all the resources on AWS, create it again and do it. Okay, once you complete that, I will issue a completion certificate from Radical. Once you get a completion certificate from Radical, if you want, you can take a 6 months internship letter from Radical, which you will map to your CV. For example, it's going to look something like this. Second, a project description. So it's given into this branch. So that project description which I am referring to, that will look something like this, which has an entire project description, what we have done in this class, and that the same thing you can map it to your CV. So wherever you're currently working, you will remove the older content and you will put this content that we were working on this project, large scale web server application programming and deployment using SDLC process. And these are the tools which you have worked on, latest tools and technologies. So that will be your CV mapping after your internship letter, that you've upgraded your skill set with this thing. And you've mentioned that you are currently working as a DevOps engineer since 2 years, okay, or 4 years, or whatever you want to mention. And then based on that thing, you will start applying wherever with the help of a radical placement and everything. And when you get the interview calls, the HR is going to look into your CV, and you have mentioned the current project, and you will ask the questions around that, and you will be able to answer that because all these things we have done in practical for 2 months, right? So this is how you create your opportunities. Make sense?
Yes. But one doubt, like if we complete the 6 months internship, then only we will get this, right?
No.
Even if we complete the 2 or 2.5 like months course, then we can get this.
Yeah, internship letter is for your support. You don't have to wait for 6
That
months.
internship letter we will get after 6 months or like after 2.5 months, right?
After the course.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
But sir, like my like, current profile is in a legacy system, that is mainframe developer. So probably like, and the same is mentioned on my salary slip and all the documents. So
No, it doesn't matter. The interviewer will never come to your organization to see what exactly you did. So don't worry about that. You can mention both the things in your CV, that currently you have been working as a mainframe developer and you have got promoted to work as a DevOps consultant in your current org, and you have been working on this technology.
okay.
So you don't.
Like document wise, somewhere it has to be mentioned on the pay slips
No.
and everything, right?
No.
Okay.
The
Because right now my profile is like a application production support associate.
Whatever is your profile, everyone knows for the fact that DevOps is a kind of a profile that anyone can work on that, and that is why this is so on the upper hand. That I have seen people coming out of insurance domain. They have done DevOps ka course and right now they're working in DevOps fraternity. So do not worry about whatever is mentioned in your payslip and documentation. Once you complete this course, you have to just remove everything and mention DevOps in your digital media, LinkedIn, Naukri, your own CV, wherever it is. DevOps, AWS, cloud. These are the keywords by which the admin search you, the HR search you. So you have to upgrade these words. The moment they see it and you get highlighted, you go for the interview. And on the interview, they will only ask you the things which you have worked on. So, it's going to be a combination of what you're currently doing and what you have currently done in this radical का class. It's a combination of both. दोनों को mix करके अपने को वो CV बनाना है. तो उन लोगों को हम लोग जगह पे turn कर सकते हैं कि हम लोग ने ये काम किया हुआ है. That's it. Our motive is to convince them कि we have done this work. That's it. Please do not consider us as a fresher. We are working in this industry for so long. That's it. And I have been doing this for 4 years. So everything is working fine. Even for me, it worked very well till now. And that is the only way out if people want to play smart. Other than if they believe that, such बोल के किया जा सकता है everything. So then it's up to them.
Okay.
But then we have to play smart somewhere down the line to, be prosperous.
Yes.
सर रेडिकल से कोई असिस्टेंट दिया जाएगा क्या रिज्यूम को सही करने के लिए?
रेडिकल की तरफ से ही मैं बात कर रहा हूँ और मैं ही बताऊंगा तुमको सीवी कैसे बनाना है.
अच्छा ठीक है.
और जहां तक मैं समझ सकता हूँ सीवी बनाना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. जो चीज हम लोगों ने पढ़ी हुई है, जो टेक्नोलॉजी, बस उसी को अपने वर्ड्स में सीवी में अटैच करना होता है. सो दैट इज योर पर्सनल स्किल सेट हाउ यू डू दैट. बट देन बीइंग ऑन द अपर हैंड, आई विल सजेस्ट यू how to highlight it, what points should be given, and how you can add your profile. And that is why this project description is given. Even if you add this entire project description, copy paste, that will be more than enough.
Okay.
Yep.
Actually, Amir, I have small doubt again. हमारा 2.5 या 3 months का जो भी कोर्स है अभी वो कंप्लीट होगा, राइट? और उसके बाद अगर हम इंटर्नशिप करना चाहते हैं 6 मंथ्स का, तो वो भी कर सकते हैं।
Internship is, see, that internship is just a letter providing the information that you have completed this project,
ओके।
which is of 2 months. And we are giving you an internship of 6 months so that it proves that you have worked everywhere on this project also with Radical and in your organization also. So don't worry about that internship. You just
Okay.
concentrate on the content which I am telling you right now, this particular course of 2 months.
Yes, perfect. Yeah.
That is not going to help you. This knowledge is going to help you in the
Yes,
future.
correct. Yeah.
तो सर इसमें जैसे अभी हम लोग 4 ईयर का अगर एक्सपीरियंस बताएंगे तो जो इंटरव्यू रहेगा तो वो भी ऑन द बेसिस ही रहेगा, राइट? जितना हम एक्सपीरियंस ज्यादा बताएंगे उतना थोड़ा वो यानी बेस्ड ऑन।
You should not say more than 2 years of experience in the beginning.
ओके।
Yeah. So if you have 4 years of experience in total, say you are working on DevOps since 2 years. Simple.
ओके।
And I'm sure that the content which I have in my syllabus, if you do that entire thing properly for 2.5 months or maybe 3 months, you are building that experience of 2 years. That is 200% sure I am into this.
Right.
Yeah. These are the course contents here. You know, I do not believe in giving you physical books. These are the e-links. These are the blogger pages. Same like this Jenkins architecture. Here you have the commands, installation steps, stages, screenshots, everything given on the page. So you don't have to go anywhere else.
सर AWS की CI/CD भी हम पढ़ेंगे क्या?
AWS की CI/CD नहीं पढ़ रहे हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं DevOps की CI/CD.
तो AWS की CI/CD पूछे जाते हैं क्या इंटरव्यू में?
डिपेंड्स, अगर उन लोग को वो पर्टिकुलर पार्ट पे ज्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट है तो वो लोग जरूर पूछेंगे.
अच्छा, लेकिन ज्यादातर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऐसे सर्विस ही लेते हैं Amazon का, मेरे को जहाँ तक पता है.
वो लोग ये देखेंगे तुमको DevOps में क्या पता है. अगर उनको ये समझ में आ गया कि तुमको DevOps क्या है ये पूरी तरीके से पता है, तो उनको ये भी समझ जाएगा कि तुम ये DevOps AWS पे इम्प्लीमेंट कर लोगे अपने आप.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
राइट. सो वी आर लर्निंग द फिजिकल DevOps, जो मेन DevOps है, जो डायरेक्टली क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म से इंटीग्रेटेड नहीं है. एक्चुअली हम लोग AWS के ऊपर ही कर रहे हैं DevOps, लेकिन हम लोग खुद के सर्वर्स बना के करेंगे. ठीक है. और उन लोगों को एक्सपेक्टेशन कभी कभी ये होती है कि AWS की जो CI/CD पाइपलाइन है जो डेवलपर टूल्स के अंदर आता है, फॉर एग्जांपल ये वाले, ये डेवलपर टूल्स, कोड स्टार, कोड कमिट, ये होती है AWS की पाइपलाइन. तो तुमको जो ये मैनुअल वाला फिजिकल DevOps जो मैं पढ़ा रहा हूँ वो आ गया ना, तो ये चीज तुम खुद ओपन करके टेस्ट करोगे और खुद ही कर लोगे, खुद ही क्रिएट कर लोगे पाइपलाइन. इसमें तो और भी काम आसान होता है. इसमें सिर्फ तुमको कोड रिपोजिटरी कनेक्ट करनी होती है, डिप्लॉयमेंट के लिए डॉकर क्यूबरनेटिस का आर्किटेक्चर मैप करवा देना होता है, बस. ठीक है. बट दिस डज नॉट होल्ड एनी वैल्यू. इफ यू नो द एंटायर DevOps, you should know it from the scratch.
Okay. सर मेरा ना इसमें अपना जो हमारे कंपनी में अजूर का ये था जैसे सर्टिफिकेशन था, तो उसमें मैंने अजूर क्लाउड आर्किटेक्ट का सर्टिफिकेशन क्लियर किया है जिसका वैलिडिटी 2 इयर्स है. अभी करके 5 to 6 months हो गया है, तो उसका मुझे यानी मैं वो यूज कर सकता हूँ ना फिर? जैसे अभी
of course.
तो अभी जैसे AWS है, अजूर है, तो क्लाउड है, तो हम लोग किस अपॉर्चुनिटी को ज्यादा वैल्यू देनी चाहिए अगर मिलती है तो? अभी अजूर का भी है और
जहां पर पैसा ज्यादा मिले वहां पे अपॉर्चुनिटी ले लेनी चाहिए. सिंपल.
Okay.
And see, everyone has got a different way of looking at work. Some people work for money, some people work for only technicality. So it's up to you what you want from your, the profile which you're creating. Like if you want more technical work, you always want to be inside that. So select an organization where there is a lot of technical work, and of course you will get a salary also for that. But then there are organizations which I have seen, they will give you bulk salary like 30 lakh, 35, 40 lakh per annum, and you will have very minimal work. That are also organizations in Pune. So it depends upon you how you want to go with that.
नहीं.
जो इंटर्नशिप होगा वो पेड होगा कि अनपेड होता है सर?
No, that is complimentary from Radical.
Okay.
सर हम इसमें कोडिंग कितना करेंगे?
हम लोग इसमें कोडिंग करेंगे 20 to 30% out of the entire 100% syllabus.
ठीक।
ये
And
जो कोडिंग की जो लैंग्वेजेस रहेंगी वो शेल स्क्रिप्टिंग वगैरह वही रहेगा ना, या कुछ अलग प्रोग्रामिंग जैसे अपना जावा वगैरह?
एक ग्रूवी रहेगी, एक
ओके,
बैश रहेगी, बैश स्क्रिप्टिंग,
स्क्रिप्टिंग,
और एक YAML रहेगी.
ओके,
And these
राइट,
are not programming languages.
प्रोग्रामिंग, राइट,
No, these are not programming languages.
Yeah.
These are programming languages. मतलब इससे हम लोग कोड लिखते हैं तो वो प्रोग्रामेबल ही होगा, लेकिन these are object oriented and domain specific languages. जैसे कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल जावा इज अ हार्ड कोडेड प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. उसमें हम लोग पूरा एंड टू एंड कोड लिख सकते हैं, राइट? ग्रूवी में हम लोग एंड टू एंड कोड नहीं लिखेंगे, ये एक मकसद के लिए बनाई गई है ग्रूवी लैंग्वेज जो हम लोग जेनकिंस में यूज करेंगे. सो वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न दैट पर्टिकुलर पर्पस कि वो किस काम के लिए बनाई गई है और हम लोग वो काम करेंगे उससे. बैश इज ऑल्सो अ सर्वर साइड स्क्रिप्टिंग लैंग्वेज. तो स्क्रिप्टिंग लैंग्वेज का यूसेज क्या है? छोटे मोटे जो ऑटोमेशन के टास्क है सर्वर पे वो करना, तो हम लोग उसको उसके पर्पस के हिसाब से यूज करेंगे. YAML, what is YAML? YAML is used differently in Ansible and it is used very differently in Kubernetes. Again, it's a programmable language of course, but it is an object oriented language. तो YAML का ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ Ansible है तो इसका यूसेज यहाँ पे थोड़ा अलग तरीके से. YAML का यूसेज Kubernetes में अलग है, तो हम लोग उसको उसके हिसाब से जहाँ पर उसकी जरूरत है उसके हिसाब से पढ़ेंगे. So you are not learning programming language, you are learning a technology, how to map things, mapping, वो सीख रहे हैं हम लोग. So this DevOps is all about mapping things and integrations. So do not see this as a programming language, see this as a new subject for learning, which comes after programming. But yes, of course, programming की techniques use होंगी यहाँ पे, जैसे कि what is a variable, what are the number of data types, how to print a value, how to store a value, ये बेसिक्स वहां पर यूज होने वाला है. श्योर, तो वो मैं बता दूंगा तुम लोग को. दैट्स ओके. ओके.
एक्चुअली आमिर विप्लव यार, ओके. मुझे अभी तक ना 4 ईयर का टोटल एक्सपीरियंस हो चुका है, जिसमें मेरा फर्स्ट प्रोजेक्ट था वो IMS के अंडर था, VMware के लिए, और उसके बाद 2 इयर्स का था वो प्रोडक्शन सपोर्ट था, लेकिन उसमें भी सिर्फ मैंने बेसिक यूनिक्स और SQL ही यूज किया था. SQL में भी वो प्री डिफाइंड क्वेरीज थे, वही रन करते थे हम. तो लाइक आई वांट टू से कि मुझे टेक्निकल नॉलेज वैसे नहीं है, तो मुझे ये कैसे लाइक झेल पाऊंगा या नहीं मैं?
I'm not sure on that. I don't know how much is your grasping skill set.
Okay.
Whatever I am doing, I have given you that, जो मैं पढ़ा सकता हूँ.
मैं सिर्फ ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि लाइक आई एम मच इंटरेस्टेड एंड फुल डेडिकेशन से मैं करने वाला हूँ, नो डाउट, बट
go ahead with this.
हाँ, ओके. तो कोडिंग का इतना ये नहीं रहेगा इसमें ना?
कोडिंग रहेगा, बट देन आई विल मेक श्योर कि 100% में से 50% तक भी अगर तुमको आया तो यू विल सर्वाइव इन डेवऑप्स.
ओके, फाइन. ओके आमिर, थैंक यू.
पूरी हार्ड कोडिंग नहीं होती है डेवऑप्स में, बिकॉज वंस द डेवलपर क्रिएट्स अ कोड, वहां से हमारा काम शुरू होता है. और हम लोग जो कोडिंग करने वाले हैं ना वो ऑटोमेशन के रिलेटेड है. तो ऑटोमेशन का कोडिंग वो कोडिंग नहीं होता जो मेन डेवलपर्स करते हैं, वो अलग होता है. इसलिए मैंने पहले ही बोला, डू नॉट गेट अफ्रेड ऑफ कोडिंग. ये एग्जैक्ट कोडिंग नहीं है, ये ऑब्जेक्ट मैपिंग की कोडिंग है. इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें, जैसे कि अभी मैं तुमको एक फाइल बताता हूँ, जेनकिंस फाइल. अब ये पूरा कोडिंग है, ठीक है, लेकिन जब तुमको ये पता लगेगा कि इसमें से 60% का जो कोड है वो फिक्स्ड है, वो हर जगह सेम ही रहता है, तुम लोगों को सिर्फ इसकी वैल्यूज चेंज करनी होती है, तो देन यू विल फाइंड इट इंटरेस्टिंग. अरे ये तो बहुत सिंपल है, स्टेजेस हमेशा ऐसा ही रहेगा, ये स्टेप्स हमेशा ऐसा ही रहेगा, ये कमांड चेंज होने वाले हैं. और ये कब हम समझेंगे? जब हम लोग ये चीज को पढ़ेंगे. जब हम लोग वो चीज को पढ़ेंगे तो तुम लोग को ऑटोमेटिक समझ जाएगा कौन सी चीज कहाँ पर चेंज करना है. सिंपल.
ओके.
तो ये इस टाइप की कोडिंग है, तो उसमें बिल्कुल घबराओ मत. It is not rocket science. I told you in the beginning. It is a very simple thing. The only thing is, 2 month का course है. Just have to find 1 or 2 hours every day to learn this. If you do that, you are saving yourself for the next 10 years.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
No problem.
Shall we complete the Terraform in that?
क्या बोल रहे हो?
In Terraform भी cover होगा क्या इसमें?
टेराफॉर्म का ओवरव्यू कवर होगा. अगर तुम लोगों में वो पढ़ने की चाहत है एंड तक, वो भी पढ़ा दूंगा मैं. But then what people do is they complete it till Nagios monitoring tool, Terraform का overview लेते हैं, and they join any organization, and they connect with me like after 2-3 months or 6 months for Terraform, because अभी पढ़कर भी कुछ फायदा नहीं है उसका उपयोग.
हाँ वो तो है.
वो एंड लेवल कोडिंग है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोविजनिंग, और वो लेवल के डेवऑप्स मार्केट में एक्सपीरियंस्ड को लेते हैं, जैसे कि
प्रॉब्लम
5 साल है.
वही है ना, एक्सपीरियंस की ही मतलब वो चीज है.
मैं टेराफॉर्म की बात कर रहा हूँ.
ओके.
उस पे ध्यान दो. ठीक है. टेराफॉर्म का नॉलेज जो है, इट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग टू हैव, लेकिन उसके ऊपर काम जो करते हैं वो लोग करते हैं जो डेवऑप्स के अंदर ऑलरेडी 5-8 साल से काम कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. And when we are showing an experience of 2 years, 3 years, people will already come to know कि इसने Terraform पे काम नहीं किया होगा. So उसको फिलहाल के लिए छोड़ सकते हैं हम लोग. But then yes, वो पढ़ना तो है हमको, आज नहीं तो कल. Okay? हम लोग उसको end to end इसलिए नहीं पढ़ाते end में, because it's a infrastructure provisioning. ये जो भी हम लोग ने architecture देखा है यहाँ पर, ये पूरा के पूरा तुमको Terraform की language में लिखना है, और वो वाला जो काम है वो अभी फिलहाल अपने को जरूरत नहीं है उसका. Getting it?
Understood.
Yeah. So that is a next level DevOps. But then I am giving you an brief overview on that. मेरे पास notes है, blogs है, जो चाहिए वो है. I'll give you everything. So, teaching is my passion, so I do this. I really do not do this for compensation and things like that. I have been into
Yeah,
this
but
more
it's
than
but obvious
20
you are
years.
a DevOps engineer now, right?
Sorry?
It's but obvious because you are a DevOps engineer.
No, it's not like that. When I started my own learning, when I started with C programming language in the beginning, when I started to learn that, one of my mentors suggested me that, Amir, your communication is good. Take one batch and see how it gives you a response. So at that time, when I was nowhere in the IT industry, since then I am into this profile of training.
Oh.
So, and with Radical, I just started, I thought कि मैं 1-2 batch लेके खत्म कर दूंगा, but then me and the owner of Radical have got a very good rapport. So in this entire lockdown, he was like, we have few trainers, and many of them were like, on vacation. Many of them went to the native places. So then we built a good, rapport, and then did a lot of batches, and hopefully things were very normal. Even we do not have classroom trainings. I think this is a very good mode of learning where, see, you can hear me, you can feel me over my voice. I share my screen, we share our differences over the internet. So there is hardly any reason to go into classroom trainings now.
Yes.
If everything is getting satisfied with this mode of training, so then why? So it worked out very well with me and with Radical. So we are continuing with that. The other way around, you guys will feel, see, go to Google reviews, go to Radical Technologies, select Google reviews and check on the branch and check my reviews over there, and then join the batch. Do not join blindly, because we are teaching on another level, better than Coursera, Udemy, entire this. I can guarantee you that after down the line 2 and 3 months, you will yourself feel the difference in you, that what I have taught you, what you have done yourself, and where you stand right now, after down the line 3 months. So that is what I told in the beginning. Your dedication is important. If you promise yourself you can give 2 hours every day, no one will stop you to have a wonderful paradigm shift in your career. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we should stop here. Like after 4 minutes, I have another batch, and I hope you guys have already got your answers, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you, Amir.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for your time and patience, guys. So see you next week, Saturday. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.